and welcome to Flights of Fandom here on ManaPot Studios, the show where we create improvised fan fiction using tabletop role-playing games. I'm David, he, him. I'm your game master this week. I'm a graphic designer, an illustrator, and a game designer. You can check out all my game stuff over at dbb-8.itch.io. I'm also on Instagram at dbrunelbrutman. This month, we are returning to a galaxy far, far away for another run of our Star Wars flight entitled Longshot. We are playing a simplified version of the Forged in the Dark game Scum Villainy. And with that introduction out of the way, let's introduce our cast. Let's start off with Hopper.
I was emotionally unprepared for that. What's up, everybody? I'm Hopper. I use they, them pronouns, and I am the stream's resident dumpster fire. I can be found online under Fail Deadly, that's with a 3 instead of an E, for bad hot takes, general shenanigans, and pointed opinions. Or if you're looking for content that I produce, you can find me under The Legend Tree on most platforms. And on Twitch, that's The Legend Tree with underscores. And tonight I will be playing Cheekra, the Ewok muscle.
Awesome. Moving on over to Marcy.
What's up, y'all? I'm Marcy, aka Experimental Madness, and I have a cold tonight. Hooray! So if I seem a little sniffly or you see a tissue, no, you didn't. It's all good. You can find me under the username Experimental Madness most places around the internet, except for Twitter, where I remain the resident cryptid. And I am back playing our resident pilot, Zethu Desh.
Awesome. Moving on over to Puja.
That's me. Hey, everybody. I am Puja. You can find me over on Twitter at Puja and at Pujabberwocky on all other platforms. My pronouns are she, her, and I am back tonight playing Ahesha Laluar, a Togruta mechanic and General Shimbo with whose history is just leaving bodies in her wake in all meanings possible. So it's fun.
Awesome. And finally, the returning champion, back at last, Wesley.
Hey everyone, Wesley here. Any pronoun will do. He, she, they, doesn't matter, just as long as it's with respect. I'm very happy to be back on ManaPot Studios, playing Dr. Gom Pilsnerg. Much like Ahesha, also has some bodies in his past, although maybe a little in a different way than Ahesha might have some.
All right, well, we'll learn more about that for sure. But first, let's do a little bit of a recap before we launch into the opening crawl. So, where we last left our ragtag band of bounty hunters, well, y'all got hired on a very straightforward job to track down a genius scientist working for an Imperial remnant. You managed to bounty hunt your way over to Ord Mantell, a true hive of scum and villainy, where you located the Imperial base where the scientist was working. Did a lot of great shenanigans at a party, met some very interesting Force users and killed them, and made your way to the Imperial base on that planet. You broke in, you located the target, who it turned out was a 10-year-old kid who, in fact, had been kidnapped by the Empire and impressed into service making super weapons. So that kind of changed the situation a little bit. You decided to abscond with the kid genius, and instead of turning them over to your employer for the hefty bounty on their head, you made your way to Cheekra's family's secret deep space base in an abandoned asteroid installation. But when you arrived, you of course found that Cheekra's home had been beset by unscrupulous space pirates. You tangled with the pirates, and unfortunately, in spite of your best efforts, they were able to take control of the base while you were off hunting down their leader and one of Cheekra's missing kids. You all ended up on... where did you end up, actually? You all ended up on Corellia, I believe. A very fun time for one Dr. Gom Pilsnerg, who is extremely wanted by the authorities on that planet. And after a bar shootout and a starship spaceport pad sabotage, managed to eliminate the pirates from the equation, find Cheekra's kid, and make it back to the asteroid to evict the remaining pirate forces. So, some time has passed since then, more in the real world than in the world of our galaxy far, far away, and we will catch up to our crew of bounty hunters after we roll the opening crawl. And with that, our view moves down from the stars through a planet's atmosphere and across huge, puffy clouds. As the clouds part, we see a wide, floating platform. This is, of course, Cloud City. We move in rapidly. We're going past a landing platform where we get a glimpse of the Longshot. We're through the round window of a building in Cloud City, and we are in a diner. It's all chrome trim, blue leather. We see various off-duty pilots, gas miners, and a droid wheels over, sets down a tray of drinks at a booth, which is currently occupied by 5 individuals. Let's get descriptions of some of those folks. Who do we see? Let's go in reverse order from the intros. Dr. Gom, who do we see sitting in the booth? And what drink did you order?
You see... What time of day is it? Local time?
It is, let's say, early, like late morning, early afternoon.
All right, perfect. You see an unusual sight for Dr. Gom. Usual get up of hardy clothing that at one point in time you sure was like spick and span and new and durable, but it's definitely aged, although still looks decent. Probably for the first time in a long time, you see he is let his beard grow out a little, especially since their last events on Corellia. You see him just get handed his black coffee, which, to be honest, he was gonna order his black coffee regardless of the time of day. And he nods a thank you, and then reaches over in front of Cheekra to grab like a ungodly amount of sugars, and then rips it in, starts pouring them in.
Awesome. All right, moving on over next to Dr. Gom. Puja, who do we see next?
The camera pans a little bit further away from Doc to the counter in the kitchen space, where you find, as usual, Ahesha Laluar, a blue and white Togruta in a tank top and overalls that are like the shirt part is off and kind of tied around her waist, but she is mid-arm deep in a bowl of flour. Probably has flour everywhere because she's baking again. Cookies for the group.
In the middle of the diner.
We're in the diner. I thought we were in the kitchen.
I mean, listen, if that's what your truth is,
you know
I cannot
what?
stop you from doing this.
You know what? Ahesha very much might have gone to the back and been like, your baked goods are not.
Okay, I actually
Basically-
love this. So you are not in the booth
No.
at all. You are like leaning over the counter, like looking through the window, and you are yelling at the droid. Or
Yes,
maybe
basically.
you're just gently chastising the droid who is baking in
She
the back.
gently chastises, and at one point wrestles the mixing bowl away. You hear something along the lines of, if you're gonna handle it that way, you're gonna punch all the air out of it.
Ma'am, you cannot be in the kitchen. I'm sorry. It is strictly forbidden for customers to be here.
Do you want a fluffy meringue or not?
I am programmed in 2 kinds of meringue, and they are both
stop
bad.
talking.
But you strictly cannot be here. I am very sorry.
Bite me.
and-
keep doing
And
the
we
bacon.
whip back to the booth, where we see a much shorter figure. Hopper, who do we see next?
I think at the head of this table, in what is very clearly the space age equivalent of a toddler's chair, you see with a mountainous pile of like packets of various seasonings, from which Gom has just extracted an ungodly amount of sweetener. You see a 3'2" teddy bear looking motherfucker. This is surprisingly, there is an Ewok in this diner, and even more surprisingly, they appear to be wearing heavy blast armor, and a little rust red hood, which with ears exposed, and which doesn't fully cover their body. Or cover all their features. So dark little beady amber eyes, fucked up snaggle teeth, and you can see that most of their fur is burned away on the upper left side of their body. It appears to be pretty clearly burn scars. I think Cheekra, what the fur that remains is this beautiful curly like gray Rex fur, like so soft. It looks so soft. And Cheekra is, I think, currently like wrapped around an XXXXL light blue, some sort of whipped cream type thing. It looks kind of like a milkshake, but there's weird lumps in it, and
Blue milkshake.
It's a blue milkshake, but some of those lumps are
milkshake.
moving, which is a little funky. And it's got like the world's biggest boba straw, and I think you like Cheekra is definitely like holding this with both arms.
Boba Straw? Boba Fett's lost brother? He's entered the scene? I wasn't
leaving.
prepared for this.
I'm leaving.
Cheekra, tell me about your hand situation, buddy. Some weeks have passed, so you may have improved your hand situation somewhat since last we saw you, but that is your call.
Yeah, I believe the hand situation has been improved. I think both thanks to the good doctor and Ahesha, with between mechanical shenanigans and medical shenanigans being married to create. You see a small mechanical Ewok paw. It's not especially nice. Like there's a lot of exposed parts. But it seems to be like probably have been dipped in like gray plasta dip. But that is definitely one of the little paws that's clamped around this, like, those giant 7-Eleven mugs? You know what I'm talking about? The ones that are like a gallon.
The ones that are like this.
Yeah. Like the ones that are just like a gallon of coffee. Mm-hmm. That is the size of this. So this is a little Ewok going.
Yeah, the bad ones that are scary.
Wait, the bad ones that are scary.
Are you holding it?
Are they holding it? Is it holding them?
That's the question.
Holding it in the sense that, like, Cheekra could probably square dance with this thing.
I was gonna say, what is the height differential?
I'm taller, thank you. I've got at least a foot on it.
Okay, just checking. These are important questions. I need to know.
At least a foot. I'm 3'2". Cheekra is 3'2".
Tall for an Ewok. Cheekra, because you are still getting used to this mechanical hand, you are going to have a -1d ongoing. So just note that.
Thanks.
Well, you had one previously for having your hand lopped off, so the situation has remained roughly flat for you in terms of dice.
Was that before or after the shuttle crash?
Kind of in the middle.
Yeah, that was before the
during.
crash, but after I got onto the shuttle.
Yeah. Finally, well, not quite so finally, but almost finally, moving over to Zethu. Who do we see sitting? We'll say you're across from Cheekra on the other side of the booth.
Yeah, sitting pretty not so casually in a chair. She seems to have her head on a swivel. She's like watching Cheekra try to down a thing that's almost as big as they are, and sort of also watching Ahesha harass the poor baker droid, and is trying to keep a general eye on the population. You see an Arcanian offshoot woman. She's albino. Her skin is entirely white. Her colorless eyes are tracking the movement of most of the people that are in her line of sight. She's wearing a very old sort of fighter pilot jacket, and she's got short silver tufty hair. She looks like she's gone a few rounds, for sure. Much better than she did probably a couple weeks or days ago. And yeah, you can tell she's been through it. It might be from the blaster shot that she took, or falling out of a burning, what was it? Was it an escape pod? Yeah, falling out of a burning escape pod. Mm-hmm. Then ship crashing, being chased through the Corellian streets, trying to use the Force too much, too soon, too fast, and knocking herself out. Yeah, just a really long list of things.
All of this did happen several weeks ago.
It did. So she's feeling better.
You're basically fine now.
Yeah. No, I'm doing good. I'm okay. I'm better than I was. Yeah, she seems like a little uncomfortable to be just chilling in a diner after everything that's happened. Mm-hmm. I think she's also doing the little parental thing with her hand out towards our other crew member a little bit. That's kind of casually resting on the table, but it's going to do the "I'm your seatbelt." Any viable any weird motion is setting her off to do that.
Yeah. So you sort of you have your arm out slightly protectively in front of the actual final person seated at the booth here with you, who is a human kid, looks about 10, has this big mass of dark curls over their head, and this is Vel Karos, child genius, wanted by pretty much everyone at this point. Imperial remnant, the New Republic, your former employer, bounty hunters, and some of these people at least know that the kid is with you, though as of yet you have kept said kid out of their hands. But your ultimate mission here is to get that kid out of your hands and into the hands of their parents, from whom they were taken before any of this started, from an Imperial Academy for Gifted and Talented Kids on Corellia. So, to that end, you have made contact with someone who has been doing a little bit of legwork for you and has gotten some info on the whereabouts of Karos's parents. They have, you've all agreed to meet in this diner in Cloud City, which is, it's on Bespin. It's out of the way of everything. You are not likely to be caught too easily, but you can also get a, decent cup of coffee, but no decent baked goods, unfortunately. My question for the group: who is your contact on Cloud City with whom you have arranged this meeting?
Hang on, let me check my Rolodex. Oh man.
So this could be somebody who we've met before on the stream. It could be a new character who we want to invent now. It could be a canon character. What are we thinking?
Well, all my connections have been used up, and I don't think I'm on good terms with any of them anymore. So...
Yeah, both of my connections showed up in the last 2 streams. Although I would not mind Evan's. Well, one of them is not alive. The other one is Evan's Chrisworth. Well, was Evan's Chrisworth when we were undercover.
That's true. One of our better names by far.
Evans Chrisworth could, of course, make a triumphant return.
Oh, what was that
one
name?
Of better names. We're just calling him Evan now.
I think he has an actual name. Hold on,
his actual name was Caden Beale.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. He had an actual
That sounds
name.
like a lie. That sounds like a fake.
Evans Chrisworth.
He's played by Evans Chrisworth, we decided.
That's true.
We could go for one of my contacts, but I don't know if that's a good idea.
Let's do it.
Let's see, what year is it for my edification again?
So we are roughly 10 years out from the destruction of the second Death Star. So we are right smack dab in the middle of the Mandalorian, the Book of Boba Fett timeline. Right, we're right there.
Nope, you want to say it. You want to say something, and you should say it.
No,
say it.
You
say
have
it,
to
damn
say
it.
it.
I don't think that is a good
Say it.
life
Say the word.
choice.
Say it. Say it. Put it on there.
Like, who we gotta meet. We're on Cloud City.
Say it.
Wait, I don't think we're
We
talking
can
about the same
meet
people.
doesn't mean they need to be our contact, right?
Yeah, no, I think our contact should be something who knows the big head honcho of Cloud City, and I think our contact should be somebody the head honcho of Cloud City is scared of. Because you know what you do? You always let the Wookiee win.
Oh my god.
May I suggest we make David make Chewbacca noises?
Good lord.
That's almost better than what I was thinking.
That's deeply ridiculous.
Yeah.
And very good.
Well, you should be
Okay.
punished for the Boba Straw comment. So.
Yeah, this is vengeance. This is righteous vengeance, David.
Okay.
So who knows the Wookiee?
Yeah,
Cheekra.
who knows the Wookiee and how?
Oh
Cheekra.
no, it's
Cheekra knows the Wookiee.
Yeah, it's probably
I mean,
Cheekra.
we've some of us have been doing the bounty hunting thing for a while. It's not unlikely that a couple of us have had run-ins with the smuggler.
Yeah. Because I think we're at the age range where the two shenanigan ruffians are back in the game, right? I think right around now, or is it another 5 years out? Damn.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but
So
you know,
that's why it's just Chewbacca,
sure.
and
Okay.
I think that
Hey, Cloud City's respectable now.
yeah,
Haven't you heard?
Chewbacca.
All right.
It's Chewbacca wearing his medal that he totally got.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So the door frame of the diner
Yes.
darkens as this massive furry figure just fills the door frame, and he bows his head, stoops under the frame, comes in, looks around, identifies you with an and makes his way over to your table and sits. Which one of you speaks Wookiee? If any of you.
I think it's much
I
funnier.
can
if it's not
understand
me.
it, but I have trouble speaking it.
I feel like
Hmm.
Well, you would
Ahesha
just be common.
might speak it just because that is. I don't know. It just gives me Shimbo vibes, you know.
Okay, so Ahesha, you're the one who potentially understands Wookiee.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to have our first fortune roll of the game to
Okay.
see how well you understand Wookiee. So,
All right. This is gonna be great.
I think we are probably rolling insight. Makes sense to me.
Ooh,
here.
I have many of those.
So,
The fortune roll is just one, or all of my pips, all of my vertical pips.
Yeah, so all your vertical pips in insight for a fortune roll.
A 6, 5, and a 2.
A 6. Yeah, turns out you are great at understanding Wookiee. Ahesha, I need to know where you picked this language. Well, no, I know. But go ahead and say it.
No, I want you to tell us.
Tell us about the Wookiee you dated, Ahesha.
Well, okay. So to be fair, I wasn't originally dating the Wookiee. Ahesha was dating somebody else who knew the Wookiee, and we went on a little vacation together, and you know, things happen, and sometimes you find yourself at a beach learning Wookiee at 3 a.m. Like,
Yeah. Now I'm just imagining the Star Wars version of Barb and Star go to Vista Del Mar,
you know,
which brings me
Listen.
a lot of joy.
Listen, we had to have a scene on a beach that didn't break my heart, like in Rogue One. Okay.
Why?
Yeah.
We were having a good time.
We are having a good time. We're learning Wookiee on the beach at 3 a.m, baby.
Long,
What better
sensuous
time is
looks,
there than that?
mixed drinks with fruits in them.
Yeah.
You know what's little known trivia? Wookiee actually sounds really musical underwater.
So Chewbacca sits down, gives you a good and says to you, he appears to be in a bit of a hurry. He says to you, I may have been followed. There were some suspicious looking characters at the docking platform. And then he takes from his bandolier a small data he he tells you he did some digging around a few mid-rim spaceports on his smuggling route, and managed to find a freighter registered to one, or two, rather, Laszlo and Rhonda Karos, shipped by the name of the Unicorn, and was able to trace, to some degree, the route based on ports where he came in and found that ship had been at that port at some point.
Could you repeat those
Chewbacca
names again?
Places the data pad on the diner table. Yeah, the names are Laszlo and Rhonda Karos.
And what was the port?
You don't have a port yet. You have a list of ports where
list
the
of
ship
ports.
was seen. The ship itself is called the Unicorn, and
Okay.
appears to be a merchant freighter of some sort.
Before he has a chance to, Chewie has a chance to get into all of this, Ahesha will tell, is Zethu the one with the little robot-y doodads? Basically, to get somebody's eyes on the door, since Chewbacca thinks he may have been followed. So
I mean, I don't have. You mean our robot that's on the ship?
oh, that's the
Right,
thing.
that's
Is
on
he
the
here?
ship?
Is he here? He's not here.
Yeah, you could call. You can call R4LS, and
Oh no, I meant
Tell
more
them
of
to be on
your
alert.
your tiny drone things. What is that one called?
You're remembering something that I don't remember. That's fun.
Didn't you have another little drone? Or am I mixing up Mass Effect in this?
I
Oh,
do
yeah,
not
you
recall
are.
a drone.
Okay, shit. I'm so sorry.
You're talking about Blip.
I'm
And
talking
guillotine?
about Blip and guillotine. I'm talking about guillotine. I'm so sorry.
No, but I have extra sensory abilities that I can be using.
Oh, yes.
to
Okay.
change things.
All right.
I don't know how they work though. I just sort of
Sorry,
do
I just
things.
missed guillotine.
We all miss guillotine. As we all know, it's a Vorcha world, and she's a Vorcha girl.
Okay, so back in this verse. Listen, this channel is all about the multiverse.
We're doing a good job. I mean, Zethu's already sort of pretty paranoid.
Okay. But yeah, Ahesha will also take a look at the port list while Zethu does a scan for tails, I guess.
Yeah, so Zethu, are you gonna try to just sort of tap into your instincts and just sort of feel out what the situation might be like?
For sure, because I'm learning how to do that, and it's gone well so far.
Cool. All right, so I think that we are probably talking about an attune roll, are we not?
Yep, sure are.
Cool. And let's make this a fortune roll. So just your
So my
attune rating straight
damage
up.
won't matter on this one.
Yeah.
Got it. Oh, sweet. Okay. Well, it's a 4 and a 3.
Okay. So with a 4, mixed success. So, what Chewbacca says about getting tailed, or about not getting tailed, about seeing some suspicious looking characters around, that puts you on high alert because this is somebody who absolutely knows his business when it comes to suspicious characters. So you kind of you're looking out for the kid. You're already on high alert, right? So you kind of like you fall back. I inhaled some water. You kind of fall back into just like a bit of a light kind of back of the mind trance. You have a bit of calm in the back of your head, and you're just trying to get a vibe on, is anybody in the diner? up to no good? Is is there anybody in the immediate area who just feels off to you? And I think you get the ping maybe a second or two before the door opens. You just get some decidedly hostile vibes rolling off a couple of folks who just swagger into this diner. We see 4 people enter, heavily armed. There is a Wookiee with a cyborg eye, a lot of metal on the face. There's a Zabrak woman in a pilot's jacket, who looks pretty tough. A human man in a lab coat with kind of a pencil mustache, and a rather well-muscled Twi'lek woman with red skin, who, Cheekra, you would immediately recognize as Akate Nizoa.
Uh-oh. Can I
Yeah,
dive for
go
my
ahead.
gun?
Just straight
Well,
up.
I mean, Zethu's already got the
Zethu's
the door
the
kind of
one-
opened in time with her putting a hand on her blaster.
Zethu
Which
has
you
first
should all have
reaction
seen.
on this,
Yeah.
because
Okay.
you clocked these people first. So they swagger in. Akate is looking, just swivels her head once, sees all of you immediately in, plain sight, a couple of booths down from the door. Zethu, what do you do at this point? Because you've clocked these people just you basically clock them as they come in, whereas normally you would see them the second after.
I feel like I get the sense that they are not gonna ask questions. I feel the hostility and the seatbelt motion. Seat mom mode activated. And she puts a hand out in front of the kid, and there's a split second of her grabbing her blaster and then kicking the diner table, flipping it up it could be used as a shield in front of all of us.
Okay. So
She doesn't have time to say anything. She just it all happens sort of at once, and she forces Val down first.
Yeah, great. So you force
And then kicks the
Val down,
table
you kick
sideways.
the table up. And how do the rest of you react? Cheekra.
Well, Cheekra is at the head of the table and therefore is now on the wrong side of cover. So I think you just watch Cheekra,
You're small, get underneath.
who has not realized what's going on yet. I realized I'm facing away from the entrance. Really poor tactical awareness. Shame on me. So you see Cheekra just kind of holding onto this giant blue milkshake, and just, and then watching all this go down, and then kind of turning and yeeting said milkshake, and going to grab for these 2 flaked glass transparent steel blades that are kept in sheaths at their waist.
Great. You draw. Dr. Gom, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think Gom was mid-sip as this went down, and that definitely caught him off guard. He definitely spills a little bit of coffee on himself, and he kind of, burns, not burns himself, I know it's hot, so he kind of, wipes it off real quick. Once he kind of realizes what's going on, he's gonna slump down as much as he can in this seat. He's gonna draw out his blaster. Well, I guess it was one of Cheekra's blaster, because I don't think he ever had any guns of his own. But he'd take out one of Cheekra's blasters.
Yep.
While still holding onto the cup of coffee in his other hand.
Great. And Ahesha, you were... I feel like you probably walked back over to the table, but didn't quite sit down as you were translating for Chewbacca.
Yeah. I had mentioned that Ahesha was going to take the list of ports and look at it while... So what Ahesha is going to do is pocket the tablet situation, and then step onto the bench, not sit, just step onto it. So now that she's incredibly tall, because Ahesha was already tall to start with, and then she is going to aim a solid kick at the pot of coffee that's on the table and try to kick it into the closest person.
Great. Love it. We'll go from there. So, let's have a roll. I think if we're kicking a pot of coffee, we are probably I'm gonna say that's probably a maneuver or maybe a skirmish.
Okay, I'll take skirmish.
Great. So let's have an action roll with your skirmish stat. Right,
That's a 4.
You are great. So you're starting out with 4. Do you want to right off the bat push yourself or take stress?
No, I'm gonna save that for when she has actual weapons instead of an improvised one. I just like the flavor of putting a pot of hot coffee on somebody in a diner.
Great, and y'all are level
right.
1. These folks coming at you are level 2, so you're gonna lose 1 die for that to start.
Okay, alrighty. No, that's a 3.
So roll them with 3. 3 is the highest?
Yeah, that's 3 is the highest.
Okay. So, that is going to be a failure. I think what happens here is Akit, who, if anybody needs a refresher, a couple of weeks ago, you killed her sister in spectacular fashion on Ord Mantell. And she looks exactly like her. They were twins. And Cheekra has a bit of history with Akit as well.
Do you want me to read the thing I originally wrote? It's very good.
At some point, yes. But right now, we have pots of hot coffee flying through the air. And Akit is going to... She whips out immediately a pair of sort of small handheld electro stabs and just whacks that coffee away, shatters the pot in a burst of electricity, and is immediately striding forward into the diner with her electro staffs bared.
Oh, good. You're ready for us. I was hoping that you would provide a little bit of entertainment.
And behind her, we see the Zabrak woman pull out a big, beefy-looking blaster, revolver situation, and the Wookiee raises a bowcaster, while the guy in the lab coat draws a very slim pistol of some sort with a very sort of comes to a pointed needle at the end, and immediately I think Akit is identifying you as the immediate threat, Ahesha, and with that failure is coming right for you and is going to swing one of those little electro staffs right at your head. What do you do?
Okay.
What do you do?
Let's see. I'm looking at my sheet to see if there's anything I have. Nope, my moves are very much mechanic based. Ahesha is going to I think take the hit and retaliate with a blaster pistol. Like use the kind of like turn to the side to see if her armor can absorb some of that hit and pull out a blaster pistol to shoot back.
All right.
Yeah.
So I think we're talking about a skirmish roll. Let's get an action roll with your skirmish maneuver. I think we're doing the same as last time. They have a level on you, so you are at.
So I was wrong. It wasn't 4. It was 3. But I did only roll 2 last time. So
okay.
Yeah, I'm rolling 2 because they're at a level higher than me.
Great.
The highest is. I keep rolling like crap. The highest is a 4.
Okay, mixed success. So you definitely have harm coming your way. I am going to say these things are actually pretty nasty. So you're gonna
I do have armor.
Yep.
Okay. So I don't know how that. I can't remember how that works.
So you can mark your armor to freely resist a consequence
Okay.
if you have it equipped.
I do have it equipped. Ahesha always has armor on.
Yep. So right now, you have one of these vibrostaff, one of these electrostaffs, coming at you. It's going to smack into your chest, which is armored, but the electricity is going to burst.
Yeah,
across
I
you
will. I will
for-
mark an armor to freely resist that consequence.
Great. So instead of level 2 harm, we're bumping it down to 1 level 1 harm as the electricity dissipates across your armor and you get knocked back into the bar of the diner.
Okay.
So with that, Akit smiles and looks around at all of you, says,
Well, you're ready, but I hoped you would be more of a challenge, seeing as you killed my sister.
Then why don't we just make this interesting? Like Zethu says as she like pokes her head out from above the table, and God, I would really like to pull their weapons away from them.
you can certainly try to do
I
that.
would love to try to do that.
Great. All right. We are talking about an attune roll
Yep.
then.
This is not going to be easy.
Yeah. So attune roll. They have a level on you, so we're looking at your attune rating -1 to start.
Yep.
What?
And I still
what-
have
what are we
level
looking
1
at?
damage, don't I? Because when it goes down from
Yeah, you
from
have
1
at least.
point in level 2, it's 2 in
Yes.
level 1, right? Okay.
Yeah. So and you're down 1 for your.
Well,
your
I'm gonna
injuries.
push myself.
All right. Mark 2 stress. Push yourself. You're back up to 2 dice.
Wouldn't it be 1 dice?
I thought you said you were down to 2.
What? Well, no. No. Sorry. I was down. Technically, I have 2 points in attune. We're taking 1 away for the level.
Oh,
And one
okay.
away
I'm sorry. I
from
thought you
my-
were starting with 3 in attune. Yeah. So you're
Yeah,
back
it's
up to 1.
1D.
Okay.
Yeah,
so you're
that's
at
okay.
1.
All right. Math.
Let's roll it.
That's a 5.
Okay. Mixed success.
It hurts.
What does this look like? I'm gonna say you can get 1 weapon away from 1 person, but you're gonna take another point of stress to do that.
Okay. Which one, to my expert eye, looks like the one that can do the most damage?
The Wookiee with the bowcaster for sure.
Yank. I want it.
Great.
I'll take
All
the
right.
stress.
So mark off another point of stress. And what does this look like as you reach out and
Yeah,
grab
I
this
think like
bowcaster
Zethu
from
sort of
across the room?
leans over the table after saying that let's just make this more interesting, and she just sort of like uncurls her hand, and the bowcaster comes over to her, and it was like, oh, I wasn't expecting it just to be 1, but I'll take it, and starts priming that, and is now going to aim
so
at them.
it whips across the room into your arms. It's a little sudden. It's sort of surprising.
Whoa! Oh, hits me in
that
the
you
bruised
suddenly
shoulder.
have it. The Wookiee yells. Chewbacca looks sidelong at you like, what? You can do that? Okay.
Oh yeah,
Cool.
that's right. He knows Jedi. Cool.
And is going to draw his own bowcaster as the two of you are, and he gets down on 1 knee, but he's still like a person basically standing behind
Yeah.
this table, and you both take up positions.
I
behind
definitely wanna
the
fire that at
cover
them.
of the table. As everybody else, well, I guess there's only 1 other person with a blaster. So the Zabrak woman falls to 1 knee, kind of covered by a booth on the opposite side of the diner and starts popping off shots with this revolving blaster. The center of it is sort of whirring as these shots go out and are dancing along the laminate table. The Wookiee is about to charge, seeing as you have removed his ranged weapon, and the guy with the lab coat is posting up next to the Zabrak woman and is starting to very carefully aim that little needle-like pistol in all of your directions. Who's doing something?
I think Doc will
Yep.
kind of take a second just to assess all the hell that's going on. He's also going to kind of pop his head over, going to disregard the charging Wookiee because I don't think he wants to get in the way of either of the Wookiees that are here right now.
Yep.
But I think he'll catch the eye of the person in the back with the weird needle gun.
Yep.
And I think Gom still doesn't trust the shooting to hit the person. So I think what he's gonna do to try to distract them or slow them down is like shoot like the lights above them to like blast them out and have the glass and like light glove like
yeah.
in, like just mess them up to screw up his shot.
I love it. Okay, cool. I think. All right, I'm gonna say that's definitely a prowess move. It feels like you could actually make a plausible argument for skirmish or skulk, because you're trying to be kind of clandestine about this, but you are also, in a skirmish here. So
Sure, right.
What do you feel like?
I think regardless, I'm going to push myself and use one of my abilities called I'm a doctor, not a, where I can push myself to use operate to replace any other action.
Okay, great.
And I think Gom's going to think back to his time when he worked for the Hutt cartel, when he was patching up some smugglers, overhearing some stories that they were talking about. Yeah, and then I couldn't get a clear shot of the guy, so I just blew the lights out and it gave us enough cover to get away. Granted, it's the morning, so I don't think he's thinking of that part, but he sees the light rate above him. He's going to aim for that.
Amazing. All right, so you're pushing yourself. You were down
stress.
one, but you're back up one. So right now, you're rolling flat.
There's rolling. Well, I just push. I would be rolling -1. I don't get the dice, the +1 dice. I just use that stress to use operate instead.
Oh, okay. I
yeah.
I understand.
So I'll be rolling. Yeah, I'll be rolling. Yeah, so I'll be rolling 3 operate.
You're using your
-1.
operate -1.
Right. Yep.
Go for it. Let's see what we get.
That is a 5.
5. Okay, mixed success. Some good, some bad. I think you're gonna get this, but not before you get hit. So
okay.
The guy in the lab coat pops off a shot with this little needle gun, and you feel sort of a prick in your neck as some sort of like tiny metal dart implants itself in your skin, but you are able to get that shot off, and as you feel that prick, you blast. The light above this booth shatters onto the two of them, and they have to roll out of the way and stop shooting for just a moment. Gom, you are looking at level 1 harm. And this may have some interesting ongoing effects.
Sure.
All right. So the two of them roll out of the way of this shattering glass. I think Wookiee has started his charge, and Chewbacca, who was like about to post up next to you, Zethu, is like, oh wait, no, never mind. holsters his bowcaster, leaps over the table, and it's Wookiee wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. The two Wookiees collide
Hell
in a
yeah.
clash of roars.
Amazing.
And the two of them are grappling in the middle of this diner. Patrons are screaming. Things are clattering all over the floor. People are running for the exit. Cheekra, do you want to do something?
I do. It's so funny you asked. So, if one was, say, rolling out of the way of exploding lights falling down on you, might one be considered weakened or vulnerable?
For sure.
Okay. Yeah, I think, Cheekra wants to go after those two.
Okay, great. How do you do that?
They yeet themselves off this like child seat, and I think run and like kind of slide in between the clash of the furry titans above.
Yeah.
And just as these other two are dodging out of the way, as like sparks and bits of debris come raining down, and then like both of these like just kind of like foot long, like they're really short swords for an Ewok. But for little baby daggers for everyone else, and just lunges right for whatever the most vulnerable bits and soft pieces of this. This is the human and the Zabrak.
Yep. So we have a human woman in a pilot's jacket. No, I'm sorry, a Zabrak woman in a pilot's jacket and a human man in a lab coat. Which one are you going
with the
for?
little Weasley mustache, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to decide which one's more offensive. I'm gonna say the mustache. Let's deal with Mustache Man.
Great. Okay. He is for sure the weakest. I'm making some clocks right now. So sounds like you're making a skirmish roll. Yeah.
Yes, I get a
All
-1 from my unfamiliar mechanical hand. I get a
Yes.
+1 from my Predator ability.
Yep.
Which I get a +1. I'm not gonna push myself for unstoppable just yet. So that
Okay.
is 3 dice. I guess the question
Cool.
is,
So you're
am I
you're
doing
+1 -2 from your
a
range
question?
because of the level disparity.
Because of the level, yeah. So I have 2. The question is, am I using fuck dice? Am I using mid-sized dice plus stone dice, or am I using giant dice? I need guidance because I've been sitting here dealing with this for like 10 minutes and I can't make a decision.
I don't know, group.
Oh,
Do it.
Nat One Fun says fuck dice. All right. Thanks, Nat One Fun. I needed the
Hi,
emotional
Dan. Welcome.
Oh, that one's gone forever. Wow, that's ass. That's 2 2s.
Okay, well,
Love that for me.
that's not
The
gonna
one that
go
fell on the floor
great.
was a 6.
All right, 2 2s. Yeah, I'm gonna hit you super hard. So, so you sort of slide in, and you are trying to like stab up at this guy, and he appears to be rolling away from this glass, but he moves faster than you would have ever anticipated, just by looking at him. Whips a hand out, and there is some sort of like hypo syringe in his hand, and does a little into your little furry arm, your upper arm, and you are going to have level 2 damage coming at you. So you've got
I
one
would like
level
to
2.
resist that.
Yeah, totally. So this is going to be resisted with your prowess. So roll
Would
your
I
prowess
also get?
rating to
Would I
resist.
do I also get a 1 dice reduction in that?
Nope. Resistance does not look at
Okay.
levels.
I'm gonna do that. So wait, it's my prowess down, column down, right?
Yes, correct.
That is only 2, unfortunately. Do
Okay,
I want to
so
do
you're
that, or
looking
do
at 2.
I want to bust armor? This would be 1 in level 2 harm.
Yeah, you're going to take 1 level 2 harm from this.
Actually, can I use armor?
Yeah, totally. If you have armor equipped, you can resist
Did
armor.
explicitly describe myself as having armor. I'm going to use my armor.
Okay, great. So mark that you've used your armor. And we're going to take that level 2 down to a level 1. So
Can
you
I
feel
resist that?
No.
Damn.
So you feel this jab in your little furry arm. The meat part of you that's still meat, and you have level 1 harm.
Yay!
I think
rolling at a -2.
Yeah. Let's whip back over to Ahesha. You are now, I think, engaged in pretty close combat with Kate, and basically, you've been thrown back against the bar, and she is coming at you, whipping these with a little electro staff in each hand. Whipping them at you, and is going to try to take another swing at you before you can get up. What do you do?
Ahesha's gonna try to, since we're making this cinematic, Ahesha's gonna try to roll out of the way, and while rolling, try to grab something from on the counter, like maybe it's like a napkin holder or something, and smash. Because Ahesha doesn't seem to have enough time to pull her actual blasters out, so this is more of like
totally.
a get her off of me. So like takes like a napkin holder or something and just tries to smash her in the face with it.
I would like this to be one of those like diner, like the Star Wars version of a diner coin operated jukebox. Thing, right? So it looks like a diner jukebox, but the slot is like weird shaped for a credit, and it's got like holographic streaming like Arabesh text going on it. You grab it and you're trying to smash. Are you trying to smash her, or are you trying to smash her weapons out of the way? Or is it whatever you can get?
Yeah, it's whatever she can get, but like it's like a roll, grab weapon, and like when she rolls up, she comes swinging with the momentum.
This could be a maneuver because you are absolutely maneuvering through space here, or it could be a skirmish because you are skirmishing for sure.
Ahesha is definitely a skirmish person.
Great.
So.
Okay, so start me off with your skirmish rating. You're down 1 for the level disparity.
I'm a push myself.
Yeah. Go for it. Mark 2 stress, push yourself, and you are back up to where you were before.
Let's do this.
All right, roll them.
Which was worth it, because I got a 6, a 2, and a 3.
Hell yeah. Okay, with a 6, you are absolutely marking 1 on her clock. Cool. So tell me what this looks like as you make contact with this thing.
So as Ahesha rolls over, the jukebox, which is probably, I would say maybe the size of Cheekra, but luckily Ahesha is very experienced in tossing Cheekra across spaces.
Yes.
So she actually just like, as she rolls up, this giant jukebox comes with her, heads towards her face, and like she launches it. So she's not holding onto it because she's hoping that the jukebox will knock the weapons and take what's her face out, and like just push her, at least make her stumble back, so that Ahesha has enough time to get to her pistols.
Yeah. So you slam her with this thing. You're both pretty beefy. But you definitely have the height advantage on her, and you essentially sent her flying across the floor. She looks up, looks back at you, and says,
"Good. I thought my revenge was going to be a little too easy, and I was going to get bored with it."
You talk too much.
She is trying to get back up, but in the meantime, I'm going to need somebody to make me a fortune roll. And this is just gonna be a straight. This is just gonna be a straight 2, I think.
I'll do it.
I was like,
All right.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
All right,
I'll do it.
both
Take it,
volunteered
take it.
out of this.
I know.
2 dice.
See the stress.
2 dice fortune roll.
All right. Okay. A 1 and a 5.
A 1 and a 5. Okay, 5 is gonna be a mixed success. So what happens is, Zethu, you are pretty close to the Wookiees who are wrestling on the immediate other side of this table. Vel is sort of crouched beside you behind the table. They say,
Zethu, can he take that guy? They're both really big. I don't know which one of them is gonna win.
and at that moment, the interloper Wookiee manages to bear hug Chewbacca, do like a over-the-shoulder flip, lift Chewbacca up, and drive him through the window of the diner. And there is just a huge shatter of glass. The wind is now whipping in from outside. There's like napkins and shit flying everywhere because of the air pressure differential and, of course, the tremendous altitude. And Chewbacca goes flying out the window of this diner. What do you do?
Seeing that, Zethu just like looks down at Val's, just like, kid, just stay down and hold on to something. And I'm gonna fire off the shot at the interloper Wookiee from the bow blaster, I think is what we took.
Okay. Cool. So you you steal yourself and you fire off the bowcaster. Let's get a skirmish roll.
Yeah, here's the thing. I get a +1 die for my keen eye if I do a trick shot. So what I'd actually like to do is fire it away from him. But since he threw Chewie out the window, I see some like metal paneling. So I want to ricochet the shot so it goes past him and then clocks him in the back of the head.
Amazing.
As it comes back.
Great. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. So you're rolling with
That'll bring me up to 1 again.
Great. That brings you up to
Just
1.
the 1.
Let's see how it goes.
Oh, baby, please be a 6. That's a 6. That's called the Force.
Well, shit. Amazing. So, you ricochet this perfect bowcaster shot. You know, this thing kicks when you fire it. It is a
Yeah,
big,
I actually think Zethu
beefy
goes flying
weapon.
backwards a little bit and
Yeah.
has to like re-steady herself.
Yeah, and there's this huge clatter. This just tremendous blaster bolt pings off and is going to catch this Wookiee in the back of the leg. I am going to mark 2 segments on that clock for sure, and takes him down to his knees. But on the other side of the room, the Zabrak woman has recovered and is now just laying blaster fire across basically everywhere she can see. What do you do? And this can be anybody at this point. If somebody else is ready to jump in.
Shoot back?
Shoot back is an option. I would just like to point out that leave is also an option here.
Cover fire is a thing.
Yeah,
if that's what other people seem to be doing, but at the very least, definitely engage in a blaster off.
Okay, great. So you are able to draw your blaster with Akit on the floor temporarily and just managing to recover.
Mhm.
So you're able to draw your blaster and you are firing right back. Sounds like we're having a skirmish roll.
Okay. I'll do that. I rolled one lower because of the higher level. So 5 was the highest roll I had.
Okay. Mixed success. So I'm gonna say you're gonna get damage and you're gonna do damage. Who are you targeting?
The shooter.
Great. All right. So that'll be a tick on her clock, and you are gonna get level 1 harm as you exchange blaster fire across the diner, lighting up the chrome with different color blaster bolts as they whiz past. Let's pop back to Gom. Gom, what are you doing at this point?
I think the first thing Gom does is rip the dart out of his neck. And I think he's gonna pocket that because I think he wants to look at that later.
Yeah, totally.
He knows he's been injected with something, but it's not sure what. I think he's gonna, from his like slunge down position, I think he's gonna like try to make eye contact with Zethu and like head gesture towards the door with like or the window that just got smashed open with like a questioning look.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. I think Zethu knows what you're asking. What we should do. Yeah. I could try to back you up here by using some abilities to maybe lift the table and keep it as a moving shield as we make our way over.
Yeah, I think Wesley loves that idea. I like in fiction, I like to hold that Gom has still never actually seen you do anything, so he is oblivious. So I think he'll mouth, because I don't think he wants to say this out loud, like, give me some cover, I'll hop out and I'll grab the kid, like, to help him get out over.
Yeah, she definitely heard that as like cover. Okay, yeah. The table. Got it.
Sure, yeah.
At this point, Zethu is the only one using this as a shield, and she's gonna try to move it with the force.
All right. Let's start with an attune roll from Zethu. You are not doing this directly against anyone, really, so it's just your attune to start with.
All right. I'm gonna take the -1 because of damage to me.
Yep.
And 4.
Okay. Mixed success. So, where are you trying to get this to? What's your goal here explicitly?
I'm trying to use the table as cover for Doc to try to get the kid out. That's what I understood, right?
Okay.
Yeah, like out the window.
Okay, and you're going out the window. Okay, so you're essentially I think Zethu, what you do is you physically grab onto the table and you raise it with way more strength than you actually have.
I told you Zethu lifts a lot.
I think I'm going to give you another level 1 harm as part of the mixed success. So
you can't. I have max harm because I just recently went down.
Then we're rolling into level 2.
All right. Yeah, her nose is bleeding.
Yeah. So this represents both the physical stress of not entirely using the force to do this, but also the mental stress of using
I barely understand how
this.
This works. I'm not even doing anything proper. I'm flexing the wrong mental muscle to do what I'm doing right now.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Gom, The table has been lifted up to cover a good portion of the window. You can see Zethu straining. There's blaster bolts pinging off the table in front of you. The kid is there looking freaked the hell out. What do you do?
Gom is going to disregard the table for now, because I think the first time he's seen Zethu actually use the Force. I think he's just going to, like, sit up, grab the kid by the arms, and, like, just jump over.
Dr. Gom? Dr. Gom, what are we doing? What are we doing? Dr. Gom!
So getting away from the guns, and he's going to, like, jump over the side of the window.
Feeling about this!
Me too, kid. And he's going to yank him over.
And you have this is absolutely a maneuver roll. So
absolutely.
Start with maneuver. You have 1 for Zethu's assistance.
Sure.
In addition to your maneuver rating.
Right. So let's see. So I have a harm, so that would take it down. I am once again going to push myself to I'm not a doctor, not a and I think the inspiration here is going to be a reverse fastball special inspired by Ahesha and Cheekra, where that is throwing, this is more pulling. So I think he's going to try to do that in reverse.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, roll them up.
So that would be.
Let's see where we get to.
So it'd be 3. You said I get 1 from the assist. Right?
Yes, you have plus 1
right.
from the assist.
All right, cool. And then -1 for the harm, so I'm rolling 3.
Great.
That is a 6.
6. A great success. All right. So, Gom, you're going out the window as well, right?
Yeah. He's gonna
Great.
go over first and then yank the kid with him.
So you go over the window, you yank the kid, and you are sliding. This is one of those buildings that has sort of like a big conical form, and you are now sliding down the metal of the building, holding the kid at high speed. You see below you Chewbacca, because this is just seconds after,
right.
Also sliding down the edge of the building, and then whoop, off the edge.
Oh gosh.
And you are about to go over that edge, and you hit the edge, and you are free falling through the air, and you hear on your comm R4LS.
Hey, what's going on? Why is everybody... I saw a blast of fire coming out of that dino window, and what are you...
And then you thunk onto the roof of the Longshot with Chewbacca as R4LS is coming towards the diner to investigate. And that's where we're gonna break.
No.
Nice shot, kid. That was 1 in a million.
So, I think we'll stick with Gom, Vel, and Chewbacca on the roof of the ship. And Gom, you hear in your in-ear comm R4LS, the ship's droid, who is currently piloting, just worked up into a tizzy.
Doctor, is that you? Are you out there with a kid jumping out of buildings? You are... And a Wookiee? You are lucky that I was here, young man. You are very, very lucky. Because
yeah, I know.
If you had fallen off that building with that kid into this gas giant, oh, I would have been so steamed at you, mister. You don't even have any idea.
Well, I would have been dead, and I would have been dead if we stood up there. We need to get the rest of our friends out of that diner.
What the heck is going on up there, Doc?
I guess our contact, and he'll like look over to Chewbacca.
Yeah, Chewie goes.
Yeah, I understood about none of that, but apparently he was followed, and they just opened fired at us, and we definitely did not shoot first.
Do we hear any of this?
I was about to ask the same thing. Did we hear some of the comms chatter?
I think everybody has comms, and you can all hear the comms chatter from both sides.
Yeah.
And you're free to participate in this conversation.
Hey,
but
LS.
R4,
Yeah, good.
R4LS says,
Okay, mister. You get in this spaceship right now. Do you hear me?
Well,
And you get that kid in here, too.
Open up the hatch.
And the
It's
Wookiee.
locked.
The
Open up
hatch
the
is
hatch, I'll
popped
be
open.
Now it's patched up. Now it's hatched open. He says to the rest of the people on the comms, and then he grabs the kid and waves at Chewbacca to get inside.
Okay.
I totally think that Zethu, like literally at that moment, patches into the comms and says, "Ellis, you do not let anyone else sit in that pilot seat. I'm coming down."
Zethu,
Is the hatch like
you
the
are
back
in
thing?
so much trouble. I don't even know where to begin with
Yell at me later. And then I'm gonna like half sheath the bowcaster and be like, "Well, I love to finish this little fight that we've got started, but you're kind of boring. See you later." And I'm just gonna literally step off into the through the window and into the
you just
air.
step back through the window like
Yeah, and I just give a little salute as I fall.
Great. Ahesha.
Yeah. Following that, because that was Ahesha's plan too. I was gonna say, like, is the hatch like the landing bit that you like the ramp you come down?
So there's a hatch on the top of the vessel, sort of a small like utility hole kind of a situation that flips up.
Is that what Zethu just went for?
Apparently.
Okay.
I mean, I just yeeted myself out the window so I could land on top of my ship and then climb down.
Gom looks up. Oh God, she just jumped off.
Ahesha is going to keep cover firing and be like, "Cheekra, that's our cue."
Yes.
And kind of like lean down so Cheekra can scramble up to the Cheekra holds on Ahesha's armor.
Cheekra does that, and Cheekra is going to unhook the heavy blaster that they've been using Ahesha like a fucking coat rack for. Scrambles up, grabs on, and then is going to turn and just like kind of propping this blaster pretty thoroughly. They've practiced this a lot. And just spray down the area where anybody could possibly be shooting from.
Once Cheekra is on Ahesha's back, we're gonna do a cool little half flip, half somersault, roll out, so you get this cool view of Cheekra just blasted away in a circle in slow motion as they go careening out of the window.
Amazing.
Onto the top of the ship.
Let's get 2 rolls for this.
Okay.
Starting with Cheekra. You are, I think, I'm going to say skirmish roll because your ultimate goal is to blast down this area so that you have a clear escape. And then this will kick over to Ahesha in the form of assistance if it's successful. So, I think we're looking at a skirmish roll for Cheekra. You're down 2 to start.
I'm down 2. I start with 3. We're going to use different dice this time. I would like to push myself.
Okay, mark 2 stress and you can do it.
Oh no. Did they come up fuck side up?
Okay. Wow.
I just rolled 3 ones.
Fuck.
Oof.
That's not going to go great for you, Cheekra.
Yeah, I had a sneaking suspicion.
Okay.
What are the odds?
So, Cheekra, you have put yourself in a completely exposed position, and you start trying to spray down the diner. There's blaster bolts pinging off all the chrome, and your old buddy Akit just pops up out of seemingly nowhere as you sort of mount the handholds, and is just going to smack you off of Ahesha's back in a crackle of electricity with one of her electrostaffs. That is going to be level 1 point of level 2 damage coming at you. 1 box of level 2 damage.
I'll roll to resist that.
All right, give me a resistance roll. You are resisting, certainly with prowess.
Let's do it.
Do it, buddy. Do it.
There's those good numbers. 6 and a 5.
All
of course,
right.
That would have been great earlier.
So 6 stress minus the highest dice result. You resist, free and clear. We're taking it down to 1 box of level 1 harm.
And I'm at level 2 harm anyways, baby.
That is going to change Ahesha's plans.
Yeah, so Ahesha, you start sprinting for the window, and Cheekra just goes flying off your back as Akit swipes across at them. Ahesha, you are mid-leap when this happens, so give me a roll for your original leap here. This is going to be a maneuver.
It's a maneuver. I don't have to lose a die for level with a jump, right?
No, because you're not.
But I do for
this
harm.
Against. Yeah, so you lose for harm, but not for it's a full level of harm, right? Yeah. So you're not just losing
I got
for boxes.
I've got 2 in level 1.
Great. Okay, so you do lose 1 for that.
All right, I am gonna push myself.
If you are able to get a 6 on this, I'll tell you straight up, a 6 on this will allow you to change your action to react to what has just happened.
I am pushing myself.
Okay, great. So mark stress. You take the extra die.
It's good, because it was a 6 and a 1.
Okay.
Ahesha leaps out.
What do you do?
Yeah,
Yep.
She's leaping out, but seeing Cheekra go flying the other way is going to do something that makes no sense to me in human physics, but we're doing Star Wars physics, so fuck it. It's going to grab the edge of the window and do one of those, what looks a lot like a gymnast on the parallel bar. Like, you know how they swing one way to get momentum to swing the other way?
Yes.
We're going to do that. So she's going to, like, legs out, swing back the other way.
Yeah,
and
you
just
grab, like,
to
part of the chrome window frame and...
Yeah. Whoop. And try to basically kick it in the face.
Yeah. Great.
He's supposed to land into her with her body. Listen, an Ahesha at motion.
All right, cool.
Is a weapon.
An Ahesha in motion.
You go forward. You kick back. And you and Akit are going down in a tumble back into the diner, and you both tumble into the table. I'm gonna mark her clock for that. Cheekra.
Does this beach have left?
She's pretty tough.
I hate her. I'll take her sister out.
As the two of you tumble back, and Cheekra, you slam it. You slam into the floor. You go sliding across the linoleum of the diner. The other
you just
two,
see this teddy bear just like skipping across.
Yeah.
I think like you see the diner floor slightly cleaner, where Cheekra's face gets dragged along the floor.
Yeah. The other 2 bounty hunters are up and firing away. Zethu, you have jumped out the window.
Yep.
You are now... Are you trying to, like, jump entirely clear of the building, or are you going to slide down?
I'm aware that my ship is down there, so I'm going to slide down to slow my momentum so I don't just slam at max velocity onto my ship and break both my legs.
Yeah.
So, yes, to answer your question, I'm gonna slide down and then leap off onto my ship.
Great. Okay, so that sounds like a maneuver for sure.
Yeah, I'm good at that.
Give me a maneuver roll.
Oh no, it's one dice because I'm losing a dice to my injury. That's right.
I think we all are. Is anyone not at level 1 harm?
I think you've all had harm at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no. I'm at complete disadvantage because I'm at level 2 harm. Oh no, it's not filled yet. Never mind. I can do math. It's great. We're good. That'll be a 5.
Okay. Mixed success. What is more interesting than just throwing more harm at you? Okay. So you slide down the side of the building. You have your boots out and you're sort of skidding along the chrome skin of this Cloud City building to slow your momentum. You go off the edge and you roll onto the Longshot, your baby, and that is when you see the Cloud City patrol.
I thought it would be
patrol
Ryan and
boys.
These guys. Yeah, I'm gonna get
I
down
don't know
that
what you
hatch
call
real
those.
fast. The patrol boys is now what we call them, David.
Yeah. So you see a pair of those double-hulled Cloud City little patrol ships, sort of whizzing out from around in the direction of your ship, as you have left the launch pad without any authorization.
Whatever. I'm gonna slide down immediately into my ship and beeline it for my pilot seat. Well, first, I think as I get inside, Zethu is gonna grab Val and just be like, "Kid, are you okay?"
Yeah. That was awesome! That was really freaking cool!
Yeah. All right. Yeah, it was awesome, wasn't it? All right, come on. I need my co-pilot.
My heart is beating so fast right now.
Kid, co-pilot. Now,
Co-pilot.
let's go.
Yeah. Co-pilid. Right. I'm on it.
And the kid is running with you into the co-pilot seat. R4LS is up away from the controls as you're coming in, and
you
is
can yell
moving
at me later.
back. I believe R4 is an astromech.
Yes.
Right. So
just a modified astromech.
She's not waving her arms, but you can hear her waving her arms.
Oh my goodness, what? This is the most reckless behavior I have ever witnessed in my entire life. It will be burned into my circuits.
I got it.
For the entire rest of the time I am operational.
Burn into your circuits like always.
Zethu Desh, I cannot believe that you cannot even go into a simple diner without ending up jumping out of a window onto a ship 1,000,000 miles above a gas giant.
Watch this, and I'm gonna raise the ship up so that it's now my blasters are level with the window, and I'm gonna get on the intercom and be like, "Hey, why don't you back off? Listen, I don't have a problem with shooting up this entire diner. I'm sure it'll take out a couple of harmless civilians, but you and I both know we don't care about that shit."
Cool. We're finally getting into, I think, a command role here. This sounds like you're commanding them to stand down.
Yeah, I am, aren't I? Except, again, it's gonna be at disadvantage.
Can I help by putting a kit in a headlock with my thighs?
Yeah, totally.
Thanks.
Let's just pay the stress for that.
Okay.
Let's say.
Is it 1 or 2?
1 stress to assist.
Well, they were doing that anyway, so it just makes sense. Like,
yeah.
We double assist?
No, 1 assist.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Well, just only 1 thigh.
It'll bring me to 1 dice due to my injuries. So.
Listen, too many thighs, it's dangerous.
That's true. That is true.
Too many thighs.
Thick thighs end lives. That's what they say.
Well, and save our lives. Thank you.
Yeah, that'll be a 6. I'll take that.
Hey, thick thighs save lives.
They do indeed.
Okay.
It's just very casual. It sounds bored on like my intercom. Just like, I could do it.
I mean, somebody has to get on the guns. Gom, do you man the turret?
Yeah, he's in there and he over swivels. He's like, no shit, and
so you like
he corrects it. Yeah.
Just gonna pretend that didn't happen.
You and you aim dead through the broken window, where you can see Ahesha has Akit in a thigh lock, and the other two are slowly rising from the opposite end of the room. They have their weapons drawn, but they are no longer firing. And Akit says,
Stand down. Stand down. Not this time.
what do you do?
Yeah, go ahead, Cheekra.
Cheekra stands up, runs over, and is gonna grab her her cool electro swords before clambering out the window, just kind of giving like a little.
Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? What are you?
And Ahesha's gonna follow
Some kind of
Cheekra out
Jawa?
and
Get fucked.
put two fingers up as she slides down behind Cheekra. I'm assuming with her weight, she's gonna eventually catch up with Cheekra.
I
sliding
think
down.
at this point, you know, you're like right level, and
Yeah, she's gonna grab onto
if Zethu
Cheekra
lowers the ramp, the two of you can like Cheekra,
Yeah.
you grab the things, you grab onto Ahesha, and Ahesha, you can just jump across onto
I'm picturing
the loading
Cheekra
ramp.
holding just the hilts, and then and just going down backwards down this thing. Ahesha catching up and then grabbing Cheekra, and then both of us going thump,
Yep.
into the.
And then
onto
the
ramp.
second we land, we're on.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm turning the ship around to get it ready to get out of here before the Bespin boys can catch up
Yeah,
with us.
they're on your comms. You are not authorized to be in this airspace. You
Yeah.
have left your pad without authorization. Please return to your landing zone immediately. You are not authorized, repeat, not authorized to be in this airspace.
Hey, you know what you are authorized to do? Eat my space dust. And I'm gonna take this baby clear on out of Bespin.
Yeah, punch it.
Punch it!
Hell yeah.
Cool,
Ooh,
so...
we have a Chewie on board now.
So we see I do want to roll for this though.
That's
so
okay, I
we
have a move
see-
called Punch
we
It.
see the long shot. Oh, cool. So we see the long shot like turning around away from the broken diner window. The wind is whipping through. The 4 rival bounty hunters are standing there, beat up in this just huge mess of a room, looking pissed as they see you turn and point your nose up to just bust out of the atmosphere of Bespin.
Mm-hmm.
Zethu, let's have a roll.
All right. Yeah. I'm probably still gonna need.
Yeah,
Is anyone helping me on this?
we're talking about an attune. I mean,
Is it a tune or just maneuver?
oh no, I'm sorry, maneuver. We're
piloting.
talking about maneuver because you're piloting.
Well, is Vel not helping you pilot?
Well, is that gonna count towards an extra dice? Because I am. Oh no, actually, I'll just have 1 dice because I'm not rolling against them.
yes, right. You're no longer you're rolling against the Bespin boys who are like level even with you.
Yeah.
They're level 1. You're level 1.
Okay.
Yeah, I think if somebody wants to give a fortune roll, we can see if Vel helps, and that's just going to be a straight one die.
Would pointing the guns at them help?
Oh.
At the Cloud City Space Cops? I don't know. 5. Okay, so mixed success. How does Vel help? Do you ask Vel to do something specific,
Yeah,
or
I
do they
think I'm
just
like-
start doing something?
I'm gonna say that I need some hyperspace coordinates, and technically, you really shouldn't be doing that while you're still
Oh
in
my
Atmo.
God.
So it's possible we don't really know where we're going, which
Okay.
is also not a great thing to do when you're doing a hyperspace jump. But we gotta move,
Yeah.
and I don't want these guys. I don't want the Bespin boys following us, and I certainly don't want these chuckle fucks to find us.
Okay, so the mixed success is the kid is like,
Okay. What do we need? Coordinates?
Yep, give me those coordinates, kid.
Great. Okay, I'm plotting a course. Boop, and like they just go to town on the computer. Just like immediate, entering. Okay. And then navigating the cosine and over here, and we'll just change the vector a little bit, and that should be okay. We're good. I punched him in.
All right, and I hit it.
All right. Let's have that roll.
Okay, now I am back up to 2. Oh baby, come on. Yes. A 6 and a 3.
6 and a 3. Great.
It says huzzah. I love that every time.
6 does it. So you turn the ship, nose pointed skyward, and you punch it. And there is just this huge sonic burst.
Probably took out all the windows in that area.
Yeah,
the city.
right? Just shattering the side windows of Cloud City. The Bestman boys go tumbling through the air as we see the Longshot blast into hyperspace.
No idea where we're going, though.
No idea where you're going, and a mixed success means you might not love where you end up.
I'm sure.
We'll see about that. So, with that, you are clear of Bespin. You are in the hyperspace tunnel. The stars are streaking past. Your enemies are, for the time being at least, behind you and planet-bound with probably no way of tracking you.
There's no way to track somebody through hyperspace.
That would be ridiculous.
Would do that in a Star Wars movie, surely.
That would be patently ridiculous. There's simply no way to do it. So, y'all are back on the ship, and you have a minute to breathe, and we can take our downtime phase. I think, is there anything immediate that anybody wants to do at this point? I think you all Chewbacca has
the Wookiee.
Yeah. Chewbacca has sort of come into the cockpit and kind of like leans over one of the seats, gives a little I think I'm getting better.
The problem is you gotta do like a really hoarse back scream.
It's the back of the throat.
The Zoom mics are cutting you guys out after a while because it's not registering it as human sound.
It's not human sounds. Zoom is Wookiee cyst.
Wookiee cyst.
God damn it, Zoom. And is just
You're
sort
gonna
of
be hearing from George Lucas's lawyers.
Is just sort of leaning
mouse?
over.
Yeah, it is.
Zethu, you get the distinct sense that the Wookiee is not thrilled at being blasted into hyperspace. God knows how many, or the Force knows how many millions of miles away from where his ship is.
Look, we'll drop you off. We'll drop you off somewhere. It's not our fault that you got followed.
What? Okay, Ahesha can understand him. What's he saying?
He's saying you're the ones who got followed.
Debatable.
Yeah.
And we also got away from them, so...
I thought you were all about adventure, buddy. It's all good. Ahesha gives him a hearty slap on the back and tries to go find Doc to kind of help with these wounds.
Yeah. So,
Zethu's still just like bleeding from the nose profusely.
While you're in hyperspace, everyone can take some downtime actions. Everybody, of course, gets to recuperate and reduce all harm by 1 level for free.
Yeah.
I have flesh wounds, so I
So
can
what
do it for
happens
2.
if I have just 1 tick in level 2? Does that just mean I erase that 1 box?
So if you have 1 in level 2, it's going to go down to 1 in level 1.
1 in level 1. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 1 whole reduction.
Yes.
Okay. So I am harm free.
Yeah, and it'll clear both boxes, to be clear, because it moves it down levels.
And then do we clear any stress with the R&R?
Yeah, so
Because Ahesha's about to start baking.
Yep. So everybody can tell me what you do to chill out while you have this this momentary respite.
I think I mentioned for Ahesha, she's gonna go get Chewbacca and be like, "Hey, buddy, what if I make it up to you by making you your favorite cookies?" And they're gonna go to the little kitchenette area, and Ahesha's gonna start baking.
All right, so we get a scene of Ahesha and Chewbacca baking.
Yeah.
I think
what
at the end of
yeah.
Oh, go.
Oh,
Sorry,
I
right
was
at the
gonna
end
ask
of-
what do you talk about with Chewbacca while you bake?
We just talk about what's been going on, what Chewie's adventure. I think they swap war stories, kind of a thing.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tells,
Chewie. I think at
Tell
this
us about the
point,
adventures at the party and the all that stuff.
and Chewie at this point has been operating sometimes as a smuggler, but very occasionally picking up jobs for the New Republic with Han. And sometimes the two of them, most of the time the two of them are together, but sometimes they're going on little solo excursions. Again, sometimes on actual New Republic business, and sometimes just to make a buck in this world of scum and villainy, or this galaxy of scum and villainy. And so he's telling you a little bit about those adventures. Cheekra.
Oh, Cheekra is like a fucking elf on the shelf in the kitchen. A very, very, very high teddy bear on the... Shit, I can't think of something that rhymes with teddy bear in the kitchen. On the refrigerator.
Nice.
Right.
Nice.
I'll give it to you.
Nice.
You know, motion passed, but watch yourself, counselor.
Yeah, so Cheekra is just I think tucked into like one of these small cupboards above like a refrigeration unit, and is occasionally passing down this pipe down to Chewbacca. It's some of the good Ewok tribal.
Yeah. Great. So yeah, Chewbacca
Shamanic
is
herbs.
telling progressively more like elaborate and animated war stories as he like takes hits off this thing, helps Ahesha with a little bit of baking, takes another hit. Great. We need to roll for both of you actually. Ahesha, give me a fortune roll to see if recuperating gets you into any kind of trouble.
Just a single dice?
I mean, I think we're probably looking at your... I don't know. Baking feels like maybe an insight. Let's do your insight rating.
All right. A 5, 4, and a 3.
Okay. 5. Mixed success. What potentially embarrassing tidbit do you let slip to Chewie as you're baking?
I think Ahesha, keeping with our earlier storytelling, Ahesha is going to accidentally mention the name of the Wookiee that taught her the language, and realize that it's a familial relation of Chewie's.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you dated one of Chewie's family members. And yeah, Chewie is a little weirded out because it was absolutely not who Chewie would expect. someone
and
like
also,
you to date.
Also, given Ahesha's history, Chewie may have also seen said family member in distress and not known what happened, and is now putting those pieces together.
Ooh, okay, yeah, that's good. Yeah, Chewie starts working out the timeline, and is maybe gonna cool on you just a little bit, Ahesha.
Lucky he's
Cheekra,
stoned.
you're doing drugs, which are great, and
Heard it here live, folks. Drugs are great.
Drugs. Congratulations on winning the war.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like the emus.
Insight
They
or
won.
prowess. I think drugs are also going to be insight. Give me a roll with your insight rating.
Yeah. So I think at this point, Cheekra's officially snoozing, like giving little snuzzles from this shut cupboard. So it's just like every so often you just hear like a particularly loud snuzzle. Oh,
Yeah,
it's not great. That's a 4.
Okay. Mixed success.
Oh wait, shit! I actually have 2 in insight. Hang on. That's a
Roll another
5.
Okay, same result, but slightly higher. So that's worth something. It's not worth it. So, Cheekra, I want to give you you're on the shelf, you know, everybody's going back and you're passing it's a pipe, right?
Yeah, it's really a bowl with a glorified stem.
Okay.
It's carved up with like all sorts of like weird little Ewok life ritual shit.
Great. So you're passing this back and forth. You take it back from Chewie, who suddenly seems like kind of like a little weird on Ahesha, who's like acting sort of strange after that last person she mentioned. You take a hit, maybe a little bigger than you expected to, and suddenly you're not really in the long shot anymore. What vision do you see that where do you end up?
I think this is a very distinct memory from Cheekra's youth. They're the ripe old age of like 31. And I think that this is from about like 25 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And they're standing on a platform near the very top of one of the great trees, with a pair of wings strapped on. These rickety ass bullshit wings. And there's an older Ewok that's yelling at them and telling them that they need to go. And then that fades out, and then they're just standing on top of this platform with no wings at all.
And when you have the wings, you reach up to kind of adjust them, and both of your furry little paws are there. And when you look down and the wings are gone, one of your little paws is missing. And you hear the voice. You hear the voice of the current Deep Moss shaman. Dime, I believe, is the name of this shaman.
Cheekra.
What is it?
You feel the wings. You know what they are like to have. You know what they are like to not have.
Cheekra is familiar, yes.
You know the gain. You know the loss. You know what it is to be with the machine, without the machine. You must feel machine. You feel the machine. like your filthy wings.
And everything sort of fades away in smoke. And you look down at your little metal paw. You're back in the kitchen. And you realize, oh, wait. Of course, controlling the metal paw is the same thing as controlling the wings. And you flex it, and it feels more a part of you than it did before.
I think Cheekra gives out a very high, oh, which probably like is heard through the door that is now like leaking smoke out of this tiny hot boxed kitchen cupboard.
Cheekra, your one for the hand is cleared, but going into the next, going out of downtime, you're starting with 2 stress, which is the mixed success on this one.
So did I clear stress?
You have cleared stress, and you're back up to 2. So you cleared whatever stress you had. Okay, cool.
I had 2.
So you're rolling through with 2. Dr. Gom.
But you had a good time.
Dr.
What
Gom.
are you up to on the ship as you tunnel through hyperspace?
I guess I have 2 questions that I guess would dictate that.
Yeah.
I guess we'll start because I think this is where Gom's mind would start. Is anyone still like beat up and need any like harm fixing up? I mean, I know that's a mechanical asking question, but
Yeah,
is
but
anyone
mine's
still beat up?
mental, not physical.
Maybe it can guide you through a guided meditation. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the rules of the game allow, a medical professional to treat any manner of harm as it is abstracted.
Sure.
Does Gom have talk therapy training? Because that I really, really, really want to hear that.
With children,
Yeah.
yes.
I actually love that, if that's...
Yeah. Before, I mean, Gom wants to talk to Zethu regardless right now, but before that,
Yep, totally.
does Gom feel any lingering effect from that dart that hit them earlier?
Yeah, interestingly, so you, and Cheekra got hit as well, actually. So mechanically, the 2 of you are going to start with 1 harm here, or 1 level 1 harm, that you're just not going to be able to clear. You clear down whatever you had and then add 1 level of harm. I think Cheekra probably doesn't notice it as much because of the drugs.
Right.
Gom, you feel a little... You're kind of just a little queasy, a little off, a little like... It's like the first time that you got onto a spaceship and you didn't quite have your space legs yet.
Yep.
You just feel a little off. And you're reasonably sure that you have been poisoned in some capacity.
Sure. I think even if it's just for fluff, because Gom wants to go talk to Zethu, I think he'll just run like a quick little blood sample and in the med bay just kind of walk away from it.
Yeah, totally. So
then
you can start that for analysis. If you
Sure.
want to make, I think this is going to be a fortune roll. We can see what kind of information you get from that.
Sure.
Or
Yeah.
if you want to walk away and come back to it after.
Yeah.
That's up to you.
He's gonna walk away.
Great. Okay. So you set this thing in your analyzer, spin up the centrifuges, and you leave it to go through what it's going to go through. and you head off to find Zethu, who I think is almost certainly in the pilot's seat. Yes?
Yeah.
Great.
I definitely I wanted to do this for my clear stress, so I think that you walk in kind of as the clear stress thing for Zethu is happening, if I may. Because
Sure.
I definitely think you see like Zethu congratulating Val on like, kid, that was one hell of thinking under fire like that. This is exactly what I've been trying to teach you.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see where we come out. There's several options, and if I'm honest, the bad ones are really bad, but I think I got the vector just right. We should sort of thread the needle through these two binary stars, and that'll get us right through to the other side. I'm like almost 98.5% sure on that. 98.25.
I'll take those odds. And then I think over the last few weeks, like she like raises a hand, and I want to say they've developed a secret handshake because
Hell
she's
yes.
been having him as her little co-pilot, and she would never do this in front of you guys. So, Doc, you walking in you are breaching the sacred territory here.
Yeah, so
I think
Doc,
they're like doing this
you
very
walk into
elaborate.
the
They're doing this very
secret
elaborate handshake, and then like the last one comes, and she just is like, "Yeah, thanks, kid. Keep checking on the numbers, and you're good. You don't have to stick around up here if you want to go down and explore the ship. That was a hell of a move you pulled."
Okay, I'll do an analysis on the nav computer core.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, whatever. Just keep me informed.
All right. Yeah, right on.
And Vel kind of bounces off down the corridor, leaving Zethu and Gom by themselves in the cockpit.
Smart
Gonna-
kid, huh? And then he'll just like take the co-pilot
Yeah.
seat.
Yeah, he's pretty useful on the ship for all the trouble that we've had.
That's an understatement. Are you all right?
I'm fine. I mean, for
just-
everything that happened, like her blood is just like has
Right,
since
yeah,
dried,
yeah,
but it's
he'll
like
just,
all over
like-
her very very albino white face, which is quite a contrast, I think.
So I feel pretty oblivious. I feel pretty blind, actually. But I couldn't help but notice you lifted a table without touching it back there.
Yeah. I tried it with a ship once. That kind of knocked me out for a while.
That's what did it. I feel like a pretty bad and he'll like pause medical practitioner for not connecting those dots. I also can't help but notice you have blood all over your face.
Oh, Criff.
It's really,
I
it's
grab
very dry.
I grab like a rag from like that's sitting somewhere in my messy cockpit, and just grab it and just sort of like start rubbing the blood off. Yeah, sometimes that happens.
Yeah, look, I'm not gonna pry. I'm not gonna get deep. I just assume you're not this type of person. But is that from table lifting, or is that from all the stress that you deal with and somehow appear to remain cool through?
Yeah, I'm not, Doc. I'm gonna be real. I have no idea. I barely know how any of this, what's it called, force stuff works. Up until literally a few weeks ago, when we were at the casino, and our friend that also separated Cheekra from their hand. They told me a little bit about it, but I mean, I kind of get it. But I've always been able to do like little things here and there. I just thought they were my instincts. Normally it's, little senses, like when something feels off, like when I'm about to walk into a situation that I
Right.
know is not going to work
Right.
out. I just know when it's not going to work out. But I've never been able to, move ships and tables. I think there was some electricity at some point. That's only happened once though.
The whole time, Gom is nodding like but he has no idea what the hell
Yeah.
you're talking about. He's just trying to. He's like, does it Does it scare you think?
Scare me? No.
I mean, I would be
Nah.
scared if I shot lightning out of my hands or whatever. Like it suddenly,
no,
if I suddenly
ironically,
had magic powers.
that part kind of happened when I was, pretty freaked out when we were being attacked. So kind of in reverse.
Interesting.
Got like a whole big jolt of energy. Woo! Most of it, like the heavy lifting stuff, only happens if like the adrenaline's right. I gotta be like angry enough for it. I'm sure it's fine.
He'll just as you say that, just kind of like look at the last bits of dry blood that and the napkin that you wiped off with, and he's like, okay, well, look, you've somehow kept me alive this long, and if you say it's probably fine, I'll trust you, but if you hurt yourself, don't be afraid to ask for help. That's all I want to say.
All right, Doc. I appreciate that. I'm kind of learning as I go here. It's not like I got a lot of people that are lining up to tell me how this stuff works.
Yeah, me too. I can't figure out how to shoot this damn blaster.
Oh, a blaster? I can help you with that.
Yeah, Cheekra gave me some lessons, but we were really high, so I only kind of remember those.
So first of my lessons is don't shoot a blaster while you're high, especially after you've smoked whatever Cheekra supplies. That Kirfin stuff will knock you out.
Yeah, that was a mistake. A mistake.
Hey, but if you want lessons, I'll give you lessons. You make sure my brain doesn't leak out through my nose.
Well, that I can promise. And then he'll just kind of stand up and he goes, but I got shot with some sort of dart, and I need to use the bathroom, and he just leaves.
Oh, okay. Good talk. All right. And Zethu's gonna stay up in the cockpit because she's got to continue monitoring the ship.
Cool. So I am going to say, it seems like Gom, you were able to use just a little bit of your light talk therapy training to.
She didn't lie her way through that.
Yeah, to actually you drew Zethu out. You actually made her think through some of the stress, and I'm gonna say for 1 credit, you will have healed down another level of Zethu's harm.
1 credit? I had to pay for my psychiatrist session?
That's the rules. Listen, nobody in space accepts insurance. I'm sorry.
That's fair, I guess. Yeah, I'll do it. 1 credit. And now I'm cleared of my...
Therapy's so expensive.
So I'm cleared of my damage now.
Sounds like, yeah.
All right, good. How's my stress, though?
Well, we'll find out about that in a minute. Gom, give me a fortune roll. I think I'm gonna say we're looking at your resolve here. So,
okay.
Fortune roll with your resolve.
So that's one die.
Cool.
That is an Uno.
Okay. Oh God. All right. So
Hit me with it.
You're gonna clear all your stress, but Gom, you return to the lab and check on the sample analysis, and you see that what you and Cheekra were hit with is to Ewoks a moderately damaging toxin. To humans, an extremely potent neurotoxin. And you are going to continue to take increasing damage from this in perpetuity unless you can find some way to counteract it. What you know about this stuff is once it gets into your bloodstream, it will continue to essentially degrade your tissue and your nerve tissue until you die. So you have a ticking clock, Doc, and I'm gonna make a clock for that.
All right.
And we are going to make a 6-segment clock, which we are going to call Neurotoxin.
Nice.
And I'm not, as of right now, going to tick any segments in that clock because I think that's bad enough.
Sure. Can I volunteer, take some stress?
To do
Just because
what?
Daka's stressed out about that, I think.
I mean, you've just cleared your stress, so it's up to you if you want to voluntarily burn the resources. But I'm not going to hit you. I'm not going to hit you with you have a clock for a deadly neurotoxin, and you're marking stress during downtime.
No, I'm going to mark one stress out because that stresses me and Doc out.
I was about to say that's a pretty stress. I think Wesley's got the argument here, David.
I'll take it. Yeah, I want.
It's
yeah,
not
I
an
think that makes
incorrect
sense.
argument.
Sure.
I just don't want to be too much of a dick.
No.
Which I know
that's what a 1 is.
Which absolutely goes against my role, but here we are. All right. So Doc, we leave you looking at this readout with, I mean, what's Gom's expression?
I think it's just blank. I think it's just 1,000-yard stare. Like after he finished going through the readout, and I mean he's seen a readout like this before, probably if he knows what it is. And I think it's just staring through that the data pad that he's reading, and he's just blank.
All right, and we move back over to Zethu now sitting alone in the cockpit. The streaks of the hyperspace tunnel playing across her face. And Zethu, you hear a whisper? Something.
Good. That was very good. You're starting to increase your power. You're starting to learn to wield it.
And this sounds exactly like Akit, who you just fought, and exactly like her sister Ziara, the force-sensitive bodyguard who you killed several weeks ago.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I do think once she is alone in the cockpit, though, her shoulders sort of slumping, like she looks exhausted, a little shaky, like she wasn't letting herself show that using all of that fast when she barely understands what she's doing takes a lot out of her when she does it.
Yeah. Do you respond? Or do you ignore it?
I think I just mutter under my breath just a shut up.
You're feisty.
And you're dead.
Am I? Do I sound dead to you?
No, I'm talking to myself because you got into my head with the whole whatever nonsense magical stuff.
Maybe I did. What are you gonna do about it? You have an opportunity.
Guess kill you again?
You could certainly try to do that. But you would need to harness your full power.
All right.
I can help.
How am I supposed to do that?
Good. Listen to me, and together, we'll unlock your true potential.
I'm not sure I buy into a lot of this.
You don't have to buy into any of it. You just have to do it. You have to reach out and grab it for yourself.
And this'll, make me stronger.
Stronger. Physically, mentally. Stronger than anybody you know.
Will it help me keep the kids safe?
If that's what you want to do with it. Seems like a waste to me, but who am I to judge? You think about that kid, and you channel that. That's power. It's as good a source as any.
Show me what I need to do.
Good. Give me a roll.
Fuck. What am I rolling?
You are rolling with your attune. This is a fortune roll with your attune.
All right, that's 2. A 4 and a 3.
4. Okay, mixed success. Interesting. Okay. You feel Ziara kind of sitting beside you. You don't see her, but you feel her presence as though she was there in the room. And here's the deal that I am going to offer you. You sort of feel your mind open, and you, like she said, you kind of tap into the protective emotions that you feel for Vel. And you feel this sort of it's a string. They're connected to that power that you harnessed in the diner when you grabbed the bowcaster, when you lifted the table. They're like a fulcrum. That's a better way of putting it. It's a lever, right? And the more you lean on the way that you feel about the kid, the more you feel that you can lift and affect the world around you. So, the deal that I'm going to offer you here is, because it's a mixed success, you are going to gain some power. But you're going to have to give something up. So, pick an ability that you currently have related to your piloting. Get rid of it. Pick a mystic ability and add it.
I'll take it.
And there you go.
Do I need to tell you what I'm getting rid of now?
No, think on it. And
Okay.
we'll come back to it next session.
Woohoo! Spicy! I like it.
So,
Surely this can only mean good things.
so all of you are in your various areas around the ship, and you hear R4LS come on the comms as you drop out of hyperspace, seemingly into the middle of nowhere. You are in a blank star field. There might be some small space debris, a couple of asteroids floating around, but you're in a largely uncharted area. And as you come out, you hear R4LS on the comms.
I'm scanning. Something's not right. Something's not right here.
Yeah, do I have one of those weird feelings like I normally do when there's a bad situation?
You have a bad feeling about this,
Yeah.
Zethu Desh. And R4 says,
There's something shadowed. I'm getting a blip. Wait a second. It's another ship.
Enhance the sensors?
Yeah, I'm spreading them out.
Enhance! That's not how pixels work! I don't care, it works!
I don't know how. I think someone followed us through hyperspace. They were right on our
Fucking
tail.
A.
They're dropping out. It's a little ship. I'm trying to pick up a transponder beacon. There's nothing. It's like pre-Empire or something.
Pre-Empire?
I don't know. What other hell kind of ship wouldn't have a transponder beacon?
Ships that were flying when I was like 4.
Yeah, exactly. Old tech.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. I think they're trying to hail us. I'm gonna put it on.
Yeah, open comms.
And you hear the comms crackle to life. Everyone on board this ship has a substantial bounty on your heads, and I've been sent to retrieve it. I would advise you against running, and I would certainly advise you against fighting. I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold. And that's where we're gonna pause it.
Everything's fine. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah, baby! We're gonna have. Oh, it's gonna. Yes! Yeah, take it! Come on!
Oh no!
Oh, yes!
Oh no!
Thank you, folks,
Fuck yes!
for joining us here on ManaPot Studios for Flights of Fandom Longshot. We're going to be back
Nice.
next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, where we will continue this and see just who it is who has somehow managed to trail our wayward bounty hunters through hyperspace to this undisclosed location. In the meantime, you can head on over to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/ManaPot Studios, to watch some of our past flights. All of the previous iteration or seasons of Longshot are up there, so you can get caught up if you're not caught up already. And you can also catch previous episodes under the videos tab on VOD right here on Twitch. If you want to check out some of the stuff that we've been doing more recently. Once again, I've been David, your GM. You can check out my games over at dbb-8.itch.io, including the setting agnostic version of the game that we've been playing, which is called In the Dark. You can download that as a pay what you want. And I'm also on Instagram at @dbrunelbrutman. You can follow me there. With that, I will throw it over to our players for their final shoutouts and plugs and sign-offs. Let's start with Hopper.
Hate this turn order. What's up, everybody? Still me, still Hopper. Sorry about that. I will continue to be that way. I'm just like this. Tonight I have played Cheekra, and Cheekra will continue to exist aggressively. So tune in next week for more of that. And I'm personally losing my mind right now. So if you want bad hot takes, you can follow me at Fail Deadly. That's with a 3 instead of an E. I'm in the Twitch chat tonight if you're here. Or you can follow me at the Legend Tree. That's the Legend Tree with underscores instead of spaces. And we're streaming Gloomhaven every so often. We usually throw some stuff up on Twitter or whatnot, Discord, etc. And we're going to do that. But in the very near future, we're going to be doing a once a month evil campaign. I'm super excited to promote a home game to streaming, just because it's just such a bunch of really good people playing really bad characters. So if that sounds like your jam, come watch some decent people do fucked up shit. Yeah, you can find me on All Up in ManaPot as well. Every other Sunday, Hole in the World with Marcy. Oh my god, we're gonna fucking have to fight. Fuck.
And speaking of Marcy, let's hear from you.
Hi. It's still me. I'm Marcy, aka Experimental Madness. This was a great premiere. I'm so excited. I apologize for all the sniffles. I will be back to 100% next week. I feel unhinged now because I started to get a fever halfway through, and now getting hit with that, my brain is legitimately on fire. It's not even hyperbole, so that's rad. Shout outs and stuff. Well, as you know, for the rest of this month, we will be playing our Star Wars flight. And then in June, Flights of Fandom will be doing a BioShock flight, as we've been promoting for the last few months. So do join us for that. It'll be my first time DMing, so it'll be a lot of fun. Come watch me freak out all the time. It'll be great. And then also premiering in June, we are going to be having our new long-form game that will be airing every other Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It's a continuation of our long-standing Escape from Arkham game that many of you in the chat have seen. It will be, we have a date to be announced, but definitely as we approach closer to the month of June, we will start up with some fun promos that will tell you the exact date. Yeah, and I think that's it for my part.
Cool. Let's go on overclockwise now to Wesley.
Hi. I'm Wesley. Thanks for watching. Nothing really to promote, but if you so choose, you can find me at most social medias at Horniest Lobster.
Best name ever.
So good.
Still gets me flustered only when I say it here because you guys make me laugh about it. Yeah, nothing to promote, but I hope everyone has a great evening.
Amazing. And Puja.
Hello, everybody. I am Puja. You can find me on Twitter at Puja and at Pujabberwocky on all of the social medias. Streaming schedule. Let's see. Tomorrow, you can find me over on Nat One Fun playing Running Feywild, a D&D 5e campaign set in the Feywild. The overall theme of the show is chaos. You can see why I have to play in it. So that'll be on Nat One Fun tomorrow. On Thursday, you can find me over on Total Party Kiss for the last episode of The Red Line, which is a Longshot Vampire the Masquerade campaign that Super Dylan is running with a lot of other familiar faces from Total Party Kiss. Saturday, I would usually be on Strange Hungers on Total Party Kiss, but we are currently taking some time off. You can find all VODs for the horror campaign that is very queer, very spooky, very awesome over on YouTube. And I think that's all when it comes. Oh, right. And every other Saturday, I'm over on Praxagora Thesmophoria's channel playing Mechton, which is a space mech game by R. Talsorian, kind of set in the cyberpunk system. Lots of fun. But yeah, you can find all of my links and streaming stuff in my link tree, which is in my Twitter bio.
Cool. So lots of awesome stuff coming up, lots of awesome stuff going on, and we will see you right back here next week, 8 p.m. Eastern. And until then, may the Force be with you.